Hi, my name's Leah Marie Mason, and I'm hanging out with Rob from Front Row Live.
Congratulations with the new single. This one had me dying when I was listening to the lyrics and just seeing like the promo that you did on Instagram about it. I'm curious for Trust Fund Cowboy, like what was really like the initial process? Like what kickstarted this song for you?
I mean, I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina, so there's a lot of those kinds of men that fit the stereotypical like daddy's money has never worked a day in their life, but like to be a cowboy. And then I moved to Nashville, and it's just as bad. I was like, if not worse. I was like, oh my gosh, this is really crazy. And I was in the room with my co-writers, and we were talking about it, just like laughing at some of the things that we had seen, and we just started saying like funny little one-liners, and it ended up becoming like the chorus, and we were like, okay, let's just write the rest of the song. It's funny, it's meant to be a joke, but if it offends you, it's probably about you. So
I think that was my favorite thing on your Instagram. That line, I was just like, wow, this is really gonna hit so many people.
yeah, and honestly, it's so funny because there's so many guys in the comment section that are like, I feel attacked, like this is about me. That, there's so many comments that are like, this song's a banger, but like, damn, you didn't have to call me out or something. Like it's so
It's time for a change. Hopefully that this song does that for them and makes them realize they got to get their shit together.
hopefully we'll see. I don't know.
So one of the things that I really enjoy about you is that I really love your songwriting. Your wordplay is incredible. So how did you learn to write the way that you do, and how much of an impact did Nashville have on you in that sense?
I mean, I've always really liked poetry and like stuff like that. So honestly, before even songwriting, I was more so into like poetry, which I feel like helped me a lot with the way that I write. But I mean, being at Belmont and being in Nashville definitely changed like my perspective on songwriting and like the way that I think just writing with people that are better than you makes you like better, you know? Um, but I think the play on words and stuff is something I got more so when I was here. Like the funniness of songwriting. Yeah, I think it just comes in time, I think. And I don't always write like that either. I write kind of different lyrical styles, I guess, sometimes. If you look on my Instagram, like there's a song I have called like Serial Lover that's more so like in the Phoebe Bridgers realm, like poetic-ish more. And I like both, but country definitely brings out the funnier side of me, I guess.
So you mentioned that you've been into poetry even before your songwriting. So when you actually write music, do you write it in the form of poetry and then kind of change it up to a song, to lyrics, or what is your actual process when you're songwriting?
It really is different every time. I mean, sometimes I'll like write like a little few liner like poem or something, and like that'll become a song. But other times I'm writing like a phrase that I heard, and then I bring it to a room and I'm like, I feel like this is kind of cool. Maybe we could write something around this. I feel like it really does change every time. This is like the hardest question that people ask me because I really don't have like a one way that I write. It just kind of depends on who I'm writing with, and like what we're writing about. It's different every time, I think.
And I guess, depending on the tempo and the vibe that you have, or whatever you're feeling that moment, like I'm sure that changes everything as well. With this single, Trust Fund Cowboy, what would you say like was challenging during this writing process? Do you feel like it was challenging to kind of do that wordplay just because it was like you were talking about these relevant situations as well, but at the same time you're trying to be funny with it at the same time?
I feel like the challenge was to not overstep any boundaries, which I mean, some
Mm.
people argue that I did do that. But I mean, you don't want to be too controversial, I guess. Just controversial enough to stir the pot a little bit, but like, you don't want to go too far with it. And I feel like there's certain things that you say that we were laughing at in the room, but we're like, no, we can't put that in the song. Get too specific about like people or referencing certain people or anything. So I think that was a little tricky, but it was like fun. It was just fun to write. It literally, we wrote it so fast because it was so easy for us to write because all of us live in Nashville, so we'd all had our first-hand experience.
How different was this song vocally compared to Tears into Diamonds?
This one's much more like chill, like vocally. I think it's more I mean, Tears is about the lyrics too, but this one's like really about the lyrics, I feel like. Not as much like crazy hard vocals or anything. But yeah, I wanted the main focus to be on, I mean, the production's so good too. I wanted it to be like production and like people to really hear the words. So I think it's more chill vocally, just so people really get the concept of the song.
Now, Tears, as far as the production goes, it was the 720 that produced this. Is this the same team that also produced this new single and leading up to this upcoming EP, or are you kind of changing it around within every track?
So I have like a little group of people that I mostly work with. I work with the 720 a lot, actually. I'm writing with them after this interview.
Nice.
And Claire Douglas, who wrote Tears with me, and she also wrote Trust Fund Cowboy with me, but it's a different producer. His name is Jason Reeves. And I work with him a lot. So, but we all get along. Like they love Jason. Like it's all cool. But I think they have like they bring out different sides of me, which is good, like to make like a well-rounded project, So I think it's a good combination of people that I have in my corner, which is good.
Now, these two songs are the first two like singles for this upcoming EP. Does this EP feel like how do I say it? Like, is there a topic or a theme for this EP, or what can your fans look forward to on this upcoming EP?
Yeah, I've been telling people I'm in my villain era.
Nice.
Like, it's kind of in my revenge era too, like Taylor's, I don't know, I feel very much like I'm in my exposing people era, so I think it's gonna have a little bit of the theme of like holy water and tears and trust fund, where it's all kind of like, it's not pitying yourself by like situations that have happened with men, it's kind of like taking the power back. I feel like I want it to be empowering, not like, I don't want to sound too like bitter or anything. I just want to say how I really feel. So I feel like people can expect more so of that theme of like kind of the things that I've been putting out more recently. So
as a songwriter, do you feel that it's been easier or harder to do vulnerable lyrics as opposed to more of like an empowering kind of lyrics?
Yeah, I think it used to be way easier for me to do the vulnerable stuff. Now I've kind of had a shift in the past like year or so, or like 6 months. And it's way more easier to write like the angry, like songs. I think it depends on like what's going on in your life too, but I think recently that's just the kind of music that's been naturally coming out of me. So I would say it depends. It switches, but right now it's more angry.
Is this like a newfound confidence that you've like recently like discovered, or like just recently came out of you?
Yes, for sure. I feel like I was trying to like fit this mold that I thought like Nashville was, and then I decided like 6 months ago, I think like in like March, really, I was like, you know what, I was like, I'm just gonna do what I want to do. I don't really care what other people think, because I'm doing myself a disservice and my fans a disservice by not writing the music that I want to write. And that's the music that has done so well. So I'm like, I'm just going to keep doing my thing. And I feel like knowing that what I've been writing has been so well received uh, makes me so happy and like gives me the confidence to keep doing what I want to do. And that's kind of the place that I'm in my life, really.
Nice. Well, congratulations with the new single, Trust Fund Cowboy. Thank you again for taking the time to talk to me. And I'm looking forward to this upcoming EP. I definitely want to hear the rest of the music that comes with it. So congratulations. And I look forward to meeting you again soon.
Thank you so much. You too.